friends, this is the Cryptonian. Welcome back to my channel. We're taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently 37,600. Before we get into that, we'll take a look here at the market. The market's pretty much mixed. Bitcoin is up very little, 3% for the week. Ethereum, a little bit more, 5.5% for the week. But we are seeing some profit taking on some projects. BNB is down, of course, because of the legal allegations against CZ. And we see that other projects they're up modestly for the week. It looks like a little bit of momentum is coming out of the market. We see Polygon is down almost 10% for the week, so that's very significant. And yet Uniswap is up 20% for the week, and that's because Uniswap is the beneficiary of this negative news against Binance. So because, you know, Uniswap now is, everyone knows that it's decentralized. So this attack against CZ and Binance is a bit concerning for the market. People are moving to, from Binance, moving into Uniswap as a part of their investment thesis, I guess, or maybe it's short-term, long-term, not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, that's why that's up 20%. We see Lido DAO LDO up 13%. Likewise, ICP Internet Computer 5.9% for the week. Immutable Gaming up 20% for the week. Really big. We need to really pay attention to these narratives. Those coins that are performing well now most likely will perform or outperform the market in 2024. And those are the ones that you want to be in and pay attention to, not investment advice. BitTensor Tau up 45% for the week, 18% for the day alone. Huge. The Graph GRT 19% for the week, or 20% actually. So you can see that the market is mixed. There are some that are performing very well, but the majority of the others are pulling back. Phantom down 12%, Sandbox down 3%, Celestia 18.5%. That was a real big pumper earlier. So we do see a little bit of momentum coming out of the market. Taking a look at Bitcoin here on the daily, we see that Bitcoin here is putting in the next 40 minutes, this will close. And this is showing that we do have a shadow or a wick. This is indicating resistance here. And so we need to really pay attention. Now, we did briefly go above 38,000. That was 38,500 or almost 500. And but now we are down at about 37,630, and we're getting ready to close that shortly. Now, we have seen in the past wicks like this, shadows, and price did take a small dip and then it continued higher. So what I'm thinking we will see, and we can actually see this better on the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the 4-hour really quick. And the 4-hour is showing us that we could have some type of a short local top here, local reversal, and have some type of a small correction. Now, that being said, not really sure how far down it will come, but typically the 100, this blue line, the 100 is at 36,400, and usually that is support in an uptrend. Now, we did lose it this last time, and like I said, not too terribly concerning because it was a higher low compared to the previous low. So we're still in an uptrend, and that's the same way I feel about this local top or pullback or correction locally. And on the short-term time frame, 4-hour, we do see here a red diamond. Whenever we see this red diamond appear, you can see that we do have a significant correction, testing the bottom here, testing the support of the trend. So we could come down between 36,388, which is a 100 moving average, and we could come down to about 35,900 between those two support lines. If we lose the previous support here at 35,700, that's going to be concerning. That means we're losing momentum. If we come down and break that, that means the next push higher most likely will be a lower high. And of course, you know, a lower low and a lower high means the beginning or the start or potentially the start of some type of downtrend or correction. So we need to be aware of that and watch that closely. Now, the weekend coming up, we could see a continuation here. We could see a higher low and then pushing up, trying to break through that $38,000 level throughout the weekend. But I think the real information, the real price action will be next week, and so that's going to be important to pay attention to the market and watch and see what happens on Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday, right? Tuesday and Wednesday being the biggest days for the bulls during the week. If we're flat next week, then we could see consolidation or correction. So, that being said, also we need to make sure that we're aware that on the weekly, we are approaching, let me go ahead and move this higher. We're approaching overheated conditions. We see the red dots here, overheated conditions. Now, we do not have a red diamond yet. Whenever we see this red diamond, then we see some type of a significant pullback. However, we don't see that yet. But we're getting close to this zero point 0.5 Fibonacci level, which is 41,191, about 41,200. And that is significant resistance. That's the zero point 0.5 Fibonacci resistance, and that is where the bears live. A lot of shorting is going to take place there, probably a lot of resistance, a lot of volatility. So that being said, RSI 75 on the weekly. We are still bullish in a trend, of course, and we're still in accumulation. However, we are getting extended to the upside. And even if we do have a nice move higher, whenever we hit that 40, 41, $42,000 area, that's going to be a lot of resistance and most likely a rejection. We've seen this area in the past, and that area in the past does create some type of a significant correction, anywhere from 30 to 60% to the downside. And that is the correction before we have the next parabolic move up into the bull run. Now, that being said, 2024 is going to be the target for that. Remember, we only have about 3 to 4 weeks left in this year. There will be, in my opinion, profit taking because of taxes and Christmas. So I think it's going to be difficult to expect much higher prices here, although it could happen. I'm not entering any new positions here for long-term accumulation or long-term positions, because I'm thinking that we're probably going to go up, hit resistance, and then start coming down. And I'd rather buy when we have that correction. Now, is that correction guaranteed? No. Have we seen it in the past? Yes. But it does occur. It does look a little bit different each cycle, so we have to be aware of that. So right now we are up at the resistance area on the Cryptonian price cycles indicator, and the RSI is extremely overheated, and we are seeing, like I said, these red dots. So that being said, I think it's getting risky to enter the market now. This is just my opinion, and of course, not investment advice. Taking a look at the daily, we are still in a trend, and it's pretty strong so far. And if we do go higher, what I'm thinking we will probably see is just this lazy grind to the upside. You know, this lazy grind like we've been seeing, just small baby steps higher and higher until we get into that area of that 0.5 to 0.6 Fibonacci rejection area, or that resistance area. And so it's just about maybe 7% to, let's see here, let's go back to the weekly. That area is only about, from where we are now, about 10% higher. So to me, it's getting riskier to enter here, and I would like to see some type of a pullback, some type of a cleansing or sell-off or correction before I get into the market. Okay, before I add to any positions, because I think we're going to have some type of a significant correction. We could probably go up 41, 42, maybe even 43, 44, and then have some type of a correction. So that being said, if we do go lower in that correction, then it's very possible that we could be lower in price than where we are now. And of course, I do have positions that I'm holding now on through until next year. So that's just what I'm doing. That's my strategy. Anyway, thank you, friends, for watching. I don't want to make this video too long. That's pretty much what I'm seeing. The daily does look very strong. We are in a, for the daily, 61 RSI, price cycle 95. We are still bullish, and we are still in volume accumulation. So, but we do see a little bit of resistance here. We've been rejected once, twice, 3 times now, 4 times now on the daily. And so that's something that we cannot ignore. We have to pay attention to that. And, you know, I've seen in the past cycles that the best times to buy is on the weekly whenever you have a test of the 30. So we could go higher and then come back down, and then whenever we see that test of the 30 or the 50, in my opinion, that'd be a good place to enter. Anyway, thank you, friends, for watching. I appreciate your viewership. Please click like. It helps the channel grow. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'd like to have you with us on this journey together. So thank you, friends. Take care. I hope you have a great weekend. See you next time.